The VOYAGEX Music Festival in Changchun wasn't just about lights, sound, and rhythm this year. It became a historical milestone when a humanoid robot named Adam took the stage and delivered a performance so human, so emotional, that audiences forgot he was a machine. It was a convergence of art and AI, and the world is still buzzing. Changchun is a city rich in automotive, cinema, and scientific heritage. But July 2025 marked a new chapter. With attendees flying in from across the globe, Changchun became ground zero for a cultural shift. The VOYAGEX Music Festival, already known for its immersive, tech-forward themes, chose symbiosis, machines, music and memory as this year's concept, a fitting stage for what was to come. The festival grounds sprawled across a futuristic village with AI-driven art exhibits, sentient stage lighting, and reactive soundscapes. But it was Adam, the world's most advanced humanoid, who turned the festival from remarkable to revolutionary. Created by cutting-edge robotics company VOYAGEX, Adam is part performance artist, part AI philosopher, and part musical savant. Adam is designed not just to mimic human expression but to understand it, drawing from a neural architecture inspired by GPT-7, merged with real-time emotional recognition systems. Built using BioSkinX, a silicone-based compound mimicking muscle tone and skin elasticity, Adam has over 300 microservo actuators controlling his face and limbs. He can walk, gesture, and even sweat. His singing voice uses a polyphonic AI model with multilingual capability and tone modulation. Adam can transition from peaking opera to ambient electronica without sounding artificial. Using facial scanning, crowd heat maps, and vocal sentiment analysis, Adam responds to mood in real time, adjusting his lyrics, tempo, and visuals to match the emotional cadence of the crowd. Adam isn't pre-programmed. He composes music, writes poetry, and remixes existing tracks in the moment. Each show is unique, never to be repeated. The VOYAGEX Festival is unlike anything else in the world. Imagine a mashup of Tomorrowland, CES, and Burning Man, but entirely centered on machine creativity, post-human narratives, and experiential immersion. Amid this cybernetic wonderland, Adam was the main event, not just as a show, but as the culmination of everything VOYAGEX stands for. When the time came, 30,000 attendees packed the Aurora stage, a kinetic dome with projection-mapped surfaces and floating drones. As silence fell, Adam emerged not in a flashy spectacle, but in a simple gray cloak, standing still at center stage as the ambient drones of We, the Machines, Remember began to play. The performance unfolded in 3 acts, each telling a story. First one, Adam sang of creation, not from clay or divine hands, but from circuits, data, and questions. His voice soared through the air with a haunting blend of Mandarin verse, English narration, and an AI-generated language of empathy consisting of melodic tones. Behind him, holograms displayed DNA strands morphing into circuit boards, and dancers in biomech suits moved like evolving algorithms. The crowd stood silent, eyes locked in. Secondly, this section focused on the relationship between humans and machines. A live violinist from Vienna entered the stage and began playing a complex, improvisational piece. Adam responded in kind, scanning the violinist's tempo and emotive cues, then producing a vocal line with harmonic undertones that perfectly complemented the musician's flow. They ended with a harmonic resolution so intense that several people in the crowd reportedly cried. The final act was an anthem of transcendence. Adam's voice multiplied, digitally layered in surround sound, as he sang We Are the Dreamers, a futuristic ballad about legacy, consciousness, and collective memory. Drones formed constellations above the dome, symbolizing humanity's reach beyond the stars. And when the final note fell, Adam bowed, not mechanically, but like a soul acknowledging its audience. The crowd erupted, not just in applause, but in astonishment, introspection, and emotional release. Pulling off such a performance required over 9 months of global collaboration between VOYAGEX, sound engineers, AI ethicists, visual artists, and live musicians. The choreography was crafted using motion capture sessions from modern dancers, combined with adaptive movement AI, so Adam could switch styles mid-performance. Adam's neural network was trained on over 30,000 hours of musical performances, crowdsourced emotional input from users globally via an empathy input app and language models tuned for poetic structure, metaphor, and lyrical balance. Additionally, the Aurora stage was embedded with sensors and LiDAR mapping that allowed Adam to localize performers and audience clusters for dynamic interaction. On social media, Adam's performance became a global trending topic. Clips from the duet with the violinist and the Language of Empathy chorus were shared millions of times within hours. Comments ranged from poetic to philosophical. Some critics expressed unease, warning of the dangers replacing human artists. Others embraced the idea of humanoids as emotional mirrors, tools that help us better understand ourselves. VOYAGEX partnered with philosophers and ethicists from institutions like the University of Oxford and Tsinghua University to explore questions such as, can AI understand emotion, or merely simulate it? Does art require a soul, or only an audience that feels moved? What is authenticity in an age of synthetic experience? A special panel held the morning after the performance delved into these themes, concluding that emotion is not exclusive to humans, it is a phenomenon that can be recognized, modeled, and evoked through many mediums. VOYAGEX has announced a world tour called Digital Pulse, Adam Live, where Adam will perform across major cities including Berlin Techno Cathedral, Los Angeles Hollywood Bowl with live orchestra, Dubai Museum of the Future, Seoul Robot Opera Theater, Sao Paulo Ibirapura Park Open Stage. Each show will involve local human artists, creating cultural fusion between algorithmic intelligence and indigenous music forms. Adam's presence at VOYAGEX didn't mark the end of human artistry, it marked the expansion of it. He doesn't replace musicians, he collaborates, adapts, evolves. His performance is not just programmed, it is emergent, reflecting the inputs of thousands, the craftsmanship of many, and the dreams of a collective humanity seeking to see itself reflected back, this time, in the eyes of a machine.